If you watch this channel regularly, you'll know that I recently broke the screen on my iPhone 6, which is also my camera for shooting video for this channel. Right now, with the condition it's in, I can't see it well enough to be able to set exposure and particularly focus. So all I can do now is throw it on the tripod, aim it at myself, put the video settings on automatic, and hope for the best. And as you know, if you've seen the video, I've been really depressed about what happened and pretty upset. So that's why I would like to put out a great big thank you, big shout out to everyone who's expressed sympathy so far. I've gotten so many comments on Go Cape Breton, on the YouTube video itself, and in private email and messages on social media, and you've all been uniformly great. You either just simply expressing sympathy all the way up to making suggestions on where and how I might get this thing fixed. And I really appreciate that. It really makes me feel a lot better to know I've got that support. Not that I'm not still worried. I'm still wondering where this $230 to fix this thing is going to come from. But it's nice to know that there's people out there that care, and I appreciate you. I do. Now, having said that, I did get one comment that kind of concerned me. This person was at the other end of that scale. They said, nobody wants to listen to you bellyache and whine about your phone being broken. I broke my phone, the world's coming to an end, is basically the way you're coming off, this person told me. Then they predicted that it was going to be a lot of backlash to me, people saying that. And so far, that prediction has been proven wrong. As I said, everything I've gotten so far has been pretty supportive. Now, the night's still young, the video's only been up for about a day, so maybe I might still get some backlash, I don't know. But so far, people have been very supportive. But it did make me think that maybe there are at least some people who feel that way, but aren't commenting. So I wanted to give you a quick response to that. As to why this is so frustrating, besides the obvious financial burden. I've been into video and audio production for a lot longer since we've had this technology. Back when I was in high school in the late 80s and early 90s, I did a lot of my own video and audio work with VHS camcorders, cassettes, CDs, and a DJ mixer board, and a reverb unit, and so on. And that was a lot more difficult than doing it today, and not nearly as powerful, but I did some pretty cool stuff with what little I had. But throughout that time, as well as now, it's always been the same. I've always been sitting on that if it breaks, I'm screwed bubble. Whenever I broke something, usually a pair of headphones, I never knew how the hell I was going to replace it. And I always hated to have to ask my grandmother and my uncle, listen, I need some help, I need to replace these. They just didn't have the money. They wanted to. I mean, I'm sure if they were rich, they would have given me everything I wanted. But they weren't able to do that. So it was always this fear. I was always really stressed out. I always babied my equipment, and because I was always afraid if I break anything, I don't have that piece of equipment anymore, I can't replace it. These tools do cost a lot of money. And they're the tools I absolutely require to do the kind of artwork that I do. And art expression is important to all of us artists, regardless what medium we're in, whether we're writers or painters or videographers, filmmakers, photographers, doesn't matter. This is our creative outlet, and when we don't have it, it's kind of a bummer, to say the least. I would have gotten AppleCare for this phone. I would have. If I had the $250 or whatever it was, I forget now, to get it at the time I got the phone, I would have, just so if this happened, I'd be able to do something about it, but I didn't have that money. I expected that by the time I had a full-time paying job as I do now, I expected, all right, I should be able to make enough money that I should be able to save my own money to buy what I want. So remember, back when I was in high school, my grandmother and my uncle were already buying things that they wanted. They were adults and they had their own things they wanted to buy. And when I came along and asked for money, that was something out of their pocket so that they don't get what they want. I figured once I had my money, my own money, I should be able to buy what I want, and not have to worry as much about it. I knew it wasn't going to be unlimited resources, but I expected to be able to replace something $200 or $300 in cost. But I can't. Not easily, anyway. I still don't know where that $230 is going to come from for sure. It is going to happen. I've already gotten the guy who's going to fix this to order the part, and I'm going to have it one way or another, but it's going to be difficult. And it shouldn't be. Not at this point in my life. It's also frustrating the fact that I have to work so long and so hard for not enough money to do the one and only thing I want to do. It's just frustrating, okay? That's what the bottom line is. So again, thank you to all who've expressed their sympathy to me. I appreciate it. And if anyone else has any suggestions or any ways that I can raise the necessary money to get this thing fixed, I appreciate hearing from you. Just drop me a line on this YouTube channel, send me an email. I'm going to put my email address in the doobly-doo below. And I'd love to hear from you. Or just leave a comment on this video.